Welcome to Let's Save on a Teacher's Salary. My name is Asanda and I have been permanent employed in the Eastern Cape since May 2023 at the age of 34, going on 35, and now I am 36. So we are, oh, so where do I begin? Jam-packed video, but I'm going to go through quickly. One is my mother came for the weekend and stayed. She'd never been here since I came here, and since the time she dropped me off when we were looking for schools, and then I got a school, and then she left and she never came back. So yeah, she came and stayed for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. A lot of praying, but I'm glad to have my space back as well. So on Sunday I went to ShopRite and bought myself a K53. And yeah, so far I have read the book. I'm learning the science. I've learned what exactly? I've learned the 15 control signs. They say regulatory control signs, the ones that are red and white. There's 15 of them, you know, the stop or yield, yield for pedestrians, yield at a semicircle, the small circle. Yeah, I've learned those 15 of them. Whenever I see them, I can identify them properly, and that I learned that on Saturday night and on Monday night. Today I haven't put in some time yet. I just came back and I'm trying to relax. Okay, so yeah, before I sleep I'm going to put in some of that time, maybe 10-15 minutes, mark for 1 hour, and then just chill and watch Netflix. Another thing I've been doing is reading a lot on, you know, my estate, and I came across this trend. Apparently it's the dying trend now, called bed rotting, where you get stuck in your bed, and people have because of mental issues, and people have turned it into a trend. Well, there's a trend I didn't plan on joining but I am part of. Yeah, but yeah, depression. And yeah, so I was thinking about it as I was watching people talk about, like, oh, this is what you should do, this, oh God, when I'm in that state, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to be talked to. I don't want to pick up my phone. I don't call anybody. I was having difficulty picking up the phone and calling the lady who does my washing. I couldn't call her. It was insane. So it's very hard to do anything even though you are aware that you should be doing it. Anyway, so I was like, this bed rotting thing is a trend. I don't know about that, but hey, it's not a me thing, but that doesn't mean other people shouldn't do it or can't do it. I just can't. Yeah, so I was thinking, like, trying to look back at, like, because I was feeling like I haven't done anything, or it's been a while and since I was employed, and it seems like I'm not moving anywhere. So I took some time out and looked back to from the beginning when I got permanent up until now. And it turns out that this month, which I wasn't even aware of, this month, May 2025, is the 24th month since I've been employed permanently. It's been exactly 24 months. And in that 24 months, I've been paid 500,000 rand after tax by the government. What did I do with 500,000 rand? You know how, like, people say, if I win a lotto, I would. And I'm like, whoa. In another 2 years, it's going to be another 500,000, which means that 1 million would have passed through my hands. Whoa. Makes you rethink this whole I blew it thing. It's so easy to judge people when they get money. If someone right now had said, I got 500,000 rand and I spent it within 2 years, I would have been like, and you spent it and finished it? That's a lot of money. But 500,000 rand has already went through my hands within the 24 months. Whoa, that's a lot of money. Okay, so A part of that 5,000 rand, 50,000 rand of it is in my car account where I'm still saving it. 1,000 rand is in that non-interest bearing account, and a part of it is in my emergency accounts. And also my that little account that I have where I'm putting 2,000 rand a month for retirement, it's now sitting at 10,000 rand. So that's where some of the money is. So actually I've actually like not spent about 200,000 of it. So what did I do with 300,000 rand? And I only think of my grandmother's yard, which took like 50,000 rand, but then that's 250,000. What did I do with 250? Am I eating in my mouth 250,000 rand? That's a concern. That's a great concern. Am I eating and wearing it? Because I don't even have a facial scrub or whatever, mask or whatever. I wash my face with sunlight. So what am I doing? Anyway, yeah, so I was looking at it and trying to make sense of everything. And I thought, okay, so let's see. There is something that I wrote down just to keep track. Oh, my emergency fund can cover me up to 21 months, and I don't even have to change my life. I just wouldn't be able to put money in the savings accounts that I've been saving in. So, but I would still not change my life. I'd still be able to walk into ShopRite, buy whatever I want at ShopRite, and not look at the prices. And that would be awesome. But if I were to be cautious and cut down, I could go to 35 months. Dave Ramesy says your emergency fund is supposed to cover you for 3 to 6 months, I think, or something like that. And I'm like, what am I doing with a 21 months emergency fund that can stretch to 35 months? Rent paid for 35 months, even my life insurance paid for 35 months, my whatever paid for 35 months. I could even give my mother money for 35 months in that time. So I'm thinking maybe my emergency high is too high. But if I were to say I now have a car and I have to make a payment, that those months would lower by drastically 10 months. So I would be like, okay, I have about 11 to 12 months emergency fund. Okay. And then I took a look at where I'm at in the Dave Ramesy baby steps. Number one says save $1,000, which is what, 20,000 rand. I am past that, so I'm not on baby step 1. Baby step 2 is pay off your debt. I already did that and I do not owe anything. But then again, I don't own anything. So it's easy for me not to be in debt because I don't own anything. And then there is baby step 3, which says, I don't even know baby step 1 and 2. Emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of emergency fund. I have that. I have a 21 months emergency fund. So I'm not on baby step 3 either. Baby step 1, 2, and 3. It's for babies. I'm just kidding. I was there. And then it says save 15% into your retirement. I do not save 15% of my income to my retirement, but I do have an account where I'm saving 2,000 rand. And the GPF is taking some money. So if you were to add the money that GPF is taking and the 2,000 rand that I'm putting away, which I don't plan to touch until I reach 50 or retire between 55 and 65. Apparently I can go to 65. I didn't know that until this weekend. So, or retire, I will not touch it unless the minimum I'm setting myself to is 50 years old. The reason is because I don't want to get to 50, want to resign because I want to touch my emergency fund. I'll be like, no, I have an account that I can go just take money and just continue working. So I'm doing emergency or baby step number 4. Baby step number 4 I am doing. It is an ongoing thing. You're continuously saving for your retirement. Baby step number 5 says college fund. I do not have any children and have no plans now in the near future or in the far future to have children. So I am not worried about that, but I do have a thought about it though, and I haven't started, so I need to think about it when I am done saving for my car. I want to, and my emergency fund is fully funded back again to 200,000 rand. I will consider having a large saved money for trips, so that I do not use my emergency fund. But before I can put money there, I want my emergency fund to be at 200,000. Currently, my emergency fund is sitting at 150, I think, 160, somewhere there. I didn't write it down, but it's somewhere there, so it's not that far. If I were to just pause the car, I would just quickly put money in my emergency fund and then continue with my car savings. But then I thought, no need, I'm gonna take my bonus and put it in there. That's gonna jump it up. And then another reason my emergency fund is a bit low is because I took 20,000 rand and I put it aside for the project that I'm trying to do with my brother. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, emergency number 6. Baby step number 6. Why do I keep saying emergency? Baby step number 6 says pay off your home. Now, I do not have a home, so this would be a good time actually to build that place of mine, to consider maybe buying an apartment in the KZN, the parts that I like in KZN, or buy a mini house. A little cottage by the beach. Who knows? To retire in? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe build by my grandmother's village, or maybe build here. That all of those things are still an open thing for me. In the construction industry, I learned one of the best things is to change your mind is at planning phase, because it is free. Once you've started, it will cost you money to change your mind. So yeah, that's baby step number 6. Okay, so I am at the moment working on baby step 4 and 5, so I'm there and considering baby step 6. Baby step 5 we are going to replace with a trip account, an account that will fund my trips. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be amazing to have 100,000 rand set aside for whenever I want to go somewhere, which for now is within the borders of this country. 7. Baby step number 7 then would be to build wealth. That is something to look forward to. I don't need to stress much about building wealth for now, because I'm trying to set myself up and health wise, and I'm also still trying to learn and read and all these other places where you put money. How volatile are they? How dangerous are they? How safe? How don't I cannot give you advice even if I were to learn something amazing, because this is not that kind of channel and I'm not allowed to. So I don't want to take responsibility for people making bad mistakes financially and blaming me. Okay, no, we're moving on. Yeah, so when I'm finished there, I'm picking up this baby. I'm learning the next signs after the 15 one. There's 40 of them. They are the command signs, I think. Okay, why am I trying to memorize the AS? They are command signs. Ooh, we're gonna learn that. And let me just say good night, goodbye, God bless. Let me start lugaring amagoda on my head.